Gemini, the first AI that truly knows you. AI assistants are everywhere right now. We ask them questions, we tell them to set alarms, and we let them write emails and summarize documents. But what if your assistant didn't just respond to you? What if it actually started to understand you? Today, we are talking about Gemini, Google's newest personal AI assistant, and why this might be the first assistant that truly deserves the word personal. By the end of this video, you'll understand what Gemini is, how it works, and what makes it different from Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant, and whether this is the future of how we interact with technology. The broken promise of AI assistants. Let's be honest, Siri never really became intelligent. Alexa became a shopping assistant, and Google Assistant stayed stuck in commands. They failed because they didn't understand context. You have to remember their rules. You have to phrase things perfectly. You had to repeat yourself. And most importantly, they forgot everything about you the second the conversation ended. Gemini exists because that model doesn't work anymore. What Gemini really is. Gemini isn't just a chatbot. It's not just Google Assistant but smarter. It sits across your apps, your files, and your conversations. It remembers, it adapts, and that's the fundamental shift. What would it feel like if your assistant didn't wait for instructions? Personal intelligence. This is where Gemini becomes controversial and powerful. Google calls it personal intelligence. That means Gemini can, with permission, understand your digital life. Imagine this. You wake up late and your phone starts buzzing. Rush hour has just started and you have 12 minutes to leave the house. And you might just make it to work. You didn't ask, you didn't command, it just helped. That's not automation, it's awareness. You ask Gemini, do I have time to start that project today? It checks your calendar and it sees unfinished tasks. It analyzes the project's length and compares it to previous projects. And it answers honestly. Gemini has started to feel different. Why does this matter? The biggest difference between Gemini isn't in what it does. It's how it feels. You talk with it, you change your mind, and it still keeps up with you. That alone changes how people use AI. Multi-module intelligence. Gemini doesn't just read text. It understands images, videos, voice tones, and context. You can point your camera at a problem and Gemini solves it with you. Not by guessing, but by just understanding it. This is the first time an AI assistant feels situationally aware. Gemini versus other assistants. Gemini versus Siri. Gemini reasons more deeply. Siri is based on commands. Gemini versus Alexa. Alexa excels in smart home technology. Gemini wins the race in intelligence and context. Gemini versus old Google Assistant. Gemini understands why, just not what. Conversations flow more naturally. Much stronger AI core. If you want the smartest AI, pick Gemini. And if you want an AI to help in your smart home, the best is Alexa. Privacy and the price of personalization. Let's talk about trust. A personal assistant that knows nothing is practically useless. And a personal assistant that knows everything is quite scary. Gemini walks that line. You choose what it sees, and you choose what it remembers. And you can disconnect anytime. The real question isn't whether Gemini is safe. It's whether AI assistants can hold trust. What Gemini gets wrong? Gemini isn't magic, it still makes mistakes. Some features are inconsistent, and some features are too personal. And that's okay. Study planning and concept breakdowns. Professionals. Inbox intelligence, meeting summaries, and task prioritization. Everyday life. Remembering what you forgot, decisions fatigue, and helping out in complex problems. This isn't about doing more, it's about thinking less. So you can focus on what matters more. The future. AI might just take over your personal assistant. It grows with you, learns your habits, understands your priorities. Gemini's personal assistant is Google's first attempt at the future. And whether you love it or fear it, there's no going back. Every piece of technology can reshape how we think. Writing changed memory. Search engines changed knowledge. AI assistants will change attention. The question is, are we ready for technology that finally understands us?